Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for crypto news and interviews. Big news today, guys. If you hold XRP, JPMorgan has released a report citing XRP is poised for adoption and price increase if Ripple were to win the SEC lawsuit. So I want to break it down. It's a lot of what we already are anticipating, and they're seeing it too. So I want to share the details there. Also, old Hilary Clinton is coming out from under her rock. I don't know where she's been, but she's all of a sudden saying negative things about cryptocurrencies. So this is bullish. Why? Because the incumbents are scared. They're getting disrupted, so now they're coming out spreading FUD. And we have a plethora of other crypto adoption news that I want to share with you guys. Before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, this video is brought to you by OKCoin Crypto Exchange, where you can buy, sell, and trade your favorite cryptocurrencies, and you don't have to pay high fees. OKCoin charges low fees. You can also stake your crypto and keep 100% of the rewards. There are no fees charged. So be sure to sign up, link in the description. Let's take a look at the market here. Bitcoin back over $59,000. That's a good sign. Ethereum over 4,400. Solana over $215. Cardano at $1.91. XRP at $1.09. So what's happening here? Well, let's go to the Bitcoin weekly chart. We're essentially waiting for this pullback phase to complete, right? As I've been sharing and charting out for months for you guys, this was what I was anticipating, and here it is. So we had a strong red candle this week. We'll see how the week ends tomorrow, but obviously it's going to be a red candle week, which is okay. This is a healthy pullback and correction from the micro level. Macro level, we are on track. We are going to be headed to new all-time highs, so we just have to be patient. Look at this macro level chart from TechDev. He said, looking good, folks. Let's keep tracking. Bitcoin is remarkable. So the market moves with Bitcoin, Bitcoin pumps, and then you have alt season that follows, right? And that happens numerous times. Now, we are headed to that massive blow off top where XRP and the other alts will follow Bitcoin's move and have huge pumps. So here, things are on track, guys. This is the data. It's not our feelings. If it deviates from this, then obviously I'll let you guys know. But right now, it is on track. All right. Finance Feeds, they put out the following article today titled, JPMorgan, if Ripple wins SEC lawsuit, XRP is poised for significant adoption. Interesting. Here's a subtitle. If the company is able to win the SEC lawsuit and trading resumes on major cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase, XRP is poised for significant adoption. This is coming from JPMorgan's North America Equity Research Report published earlier this month that put XRP in the spotlight. And let's go into the details here. While the price of XRP has fallen in recent days, obviously everything's following Bitcoin, along with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, Ripple Labs has been working nonstop in signing new partners for its RippleNet network and on-demand liquidity service. So on-demand liquidity, also known as ODL, uses XRP, thus spreading the use of XRP, especially in cross-border payments space. Now, many of you may have seen my interview with Monica Long from Ripple, literally uploaded it about a day or 2 days ago. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description. We talk about ODL adoption and how many corridors are opening up, and the recent news of SBI, opening up a corridor with ODL between Japan and Philippines. So real world adoption, right, from financial institutions. So let's jump back into the article here. The JPMorgan report started out by stating XRP was engineered to facilitate transactions on Ripple's blockchain-based digital payment network. Benefits of the network include expedited payments and reduced transaction fees. The paper mentions its founding date, 2012, and co-founders Jed McCaleb, who has left the company to launch Stellar, and Chris Larsen, who is a co-defendant in the XRP lawsuit filed by the SEC. Here's a quote. While traditional money transfers, most commonly SWIFT transfers, are costly and can take up to 5 business days to complete, transactions using Ripple's XRP can be completed in as little as 3 to 5 seconds. And transaction fees are just 0.0001 of a penny for XRP. Swift transfers are more expensive due to the numerous intermediary banks involved that charge fees to both the sender and recipient. So we know this, those of us who are XRP holders. For those of you who are new to XRP and now learning about it, it is certainly a disruptive technology. They're using the digital asset XRP Ripple is to move money faster cross-border. And some of you may be like, well, hey, I send money all the time and it goes through right away. Well, yes, from a consumer standpoint, you may see that money say, oh yeah, it went through. But the logistics, right? How the sausage is made, so to speak, for that money to get there, there's all kinds of hoops and hurdles and things that have to happen, and nostro vostro accounts sitting around the globe. And guess what? The settlement itself doesn't happen until days later, right? So that's the issue or the problem, which I know a lot of financial institutions, they would love to settle instantly. That's what Ripple is bringing to the table and using XRP. So the Ripple network includes more than 100 financial institutions, including Bank of America, Santander, and American Express. Then the JPMorgan document explained XRP's unique value in comparison to stablecoins using the words of Ripple's Senior Director of Global Operations, Emi Yoshikawa. The role of XRP as a bridge asset in international settlement is not competing with stablecoins, but on the contrary, it is complementary. XRP is not pegged to an underlying currency, unlike stablecoins, which follow their underlying currency's volatility. So a lot of people spread the FUD or have the misconception that, oh, see, we have stablecoins, we don't need XRP. But what they don't think about, right, is how do those stable coins communicate with each other? And why would one bank want to trust another bank's stable coin? It's the same issue we have now with trust, right? Remember, these stable coins live on different blockchains. So you still need a neutral bridge asset if you were to move maybe between stable coins. And this is what Ripple's team has said, even with CBDCs, which are just like stable coins, you'll still need XRP as a bridge asset. Because guess what? Russia is going to build their CBDC on this blockchain or Algorand, right? Let's, as an example, I don't know if that's the case, I'm just saying as an example. And then Bahamas is going to use Ethereum, and then I don't know, somebody else is going to use the XRP ledger. How do they all communicate with each other, right? How do you have interoperability? That's where you have the bridge asset. So it's interesting that JPMorgan, they're breaking this down. So this is very, very, very bullish in my opinion. The SEC versus Ripple lawsuit is an inevitable topic of discussion for XRP. On that matter, JPMorgan points to the Howey test as the end goal and gives away the likelihood of a Ripple win. The Howey test says that an investment contract exists when these four conditions are met. When these four conditions are met: investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profit and to be derived from the efforts of others. Here's a quote: for the SEC to win the suit, Judge Sarah Netburn must determine that all aforementioned 4 points are met. If she determines that one or multiple points are not met, Ripple will win the suit. If the company is able to win the SEC lawsuit and trading resumes on major cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase, XRP is poised for significant adoption. Now, once again, this is not anything new for those of us who hold XRP and are following XRP, right? I mean, obviously, I've interviewed folks from Ripple. I've talked to many other folks, guys like Attorney John Deaton and so forth. One thing we know is that ODL is launching in other markets where there's clarity, Japan, Europe, and so forth, right? It's not launching in the United States. Why? Because of the regulatory uncertainty. So if Ripple was to win this, and I do believe they're going to win it because of all the facts, not because of my emotions, not because I hold XRP, because if I saw, man, this is not looking good, I would literally sell off my XRP because I'm here to make money. I'm not here for games, right? I've said that countless times, guys. I would move that money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink and so forth, but I'm still holding my XRP that I bought years ago. I've been buying the dips. This is not financial or investment advice because I do believe Ripple's in a position to win. We've had congressmen like Tom Emmer come out and say XRP is not a security. We had former CFTC chairman Chris Giancarlo come out and say XRP is not a security. And you look at who Ripple has on their team, former SEC chairs and commissioners advising them in this lawsuit. Ripple is in I think, position well to win this. Now, as I've stated before, they may have to pay a penalty for what took place in 2013 to 2015. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact is, XRP today is not a security. Maybe it was in 2013 to 2015, and that they'll pay their fine, but it's not right now. Once this thing is settled, we have the clarity. The banks like Bank of America and so forth can start using ODL. So that's the adoption. And of course, with that will come price. Not to mention, right now, XRP has been flipped bearish from the masses, right? Because they saw the delisting, they see the lawsuit. You and I, who are following this a bit closely and doing our research, are not really bearish. We see this as bullish because we're taking the contrarian view, right? And if you understand market psychology and not just for crypto, but stocks and other markets, XRP is coiled right now. That momentum is coiled. And as soon as you get a listing and that positive news, right? Well, I should say the positive news of the settlement, then the relisting, what do you think is going to happen? That coil is going to expand. You're going to have that momentum and a lot of FOMO around it because it's been given the green light, has come out of the depths of despair, right? So this is market psychology playing out, and obviously the adoption of payment companies and banks in the United States will help drive the price up. I'm being transparent with you guys. Once again, I hold XRP, but this is not financial or investment advice. If you were to ask me, hey, should I go put 10 grand into XRP? I'm going to say I wouldn't advise that. Now, you may say, Tony, you just said it's bullish. Yes, because look, at the end of the day, I don't know what the future holds. Based on my conviction and my research, that's a position I'm taking. But I would love for you to go do your research and have that conviction as well. It shouldn't be because Tony says it or this person says it. No, based on your research, do you in your mind, right, conceptualize what is going to happen? So that's why I'm not saying go buy. I'm not telling anybody go buy, right? That is not how you should invest. And you shouldn't be taking someone's word. Like I said, not financial investment advice. You shouldn't just be taking someone's word like that. Just say, oh yeah, Tony says I'm going to go do it. No, go do your research. Do your research. And I think, if you do your research properly, you may come to the same conclusion that I'm saying, right? That why I'm still holding XRP. So attorney John Deaton, interestingly enough, weighed in on this. He said, SEC lawyers, he put in quotations, we sued Ripple because XRP has no utility. JPMorgan analysts, if Ripple wins a lawsuit, XRP will see massive adoption due to its utility. That sums up the entire case, pretty much, right? So look, I think you guys know my feelings about Gary Gensler. And here's an example. It's not just XRP. The man is stopping Coinbase lending. He's going after Terra Luna. He wants power. He wants a treasury job. He wants as much of the crypto market under the SEC so he can rule with an iron fist. And here, Bitcoin Archive shared the following. Canada, Europe, and Australia have Bitcoin spot ETFs, not futures, spot. In the United States, we can't get a spot approved. They approved the futures ETF, which we know that one they can easily manipulate the market with. And that's Gensler's doing the bidding of his bankster puppet masters. Again, Gary Gensler is a puppet, pretty much. Some of you, if you do your research, you will see this. He's a Goldman Sachs guy. He's meeting with Jamie Dimon and all these guys, but does he have time to speak to retail investors and what's happening? He does not, right? So he's a puppet, and I'll leave it at that. Here, Chris Giancarlo, who I've interviewed on the channel, he summed it up pretty well about the crypto regulations in the United States. And I've interviewed him 2 times on my channel. So I'll put the link to in the description to those interviews. Let me play it for you.
Again, as a former regulator, I actually don't need to be polite, as perhaps some of my fellow guests may feel the need to be about what we're seeing in regulation. The first wave of the internet 30 years ago encountered a very different Washington response. It was a bipartisan response, and it was a very forward-leaning response. That response is known today as the first do no harm approach to innovation. and look at the wondrous results of that very enlightened official sector response to the private sector's innovation of the internet. Well, today, 30 years later, we're seeing a very different response. It's not bipartisan at all, and it's not enlightened at all. I would characterize, if the first wave was greeted by first, do no harm, I'd say this wave is being greeted by first, do not disturb the regulators. Do not disturb the way they operate. Do not disturb their regulatory frameworks. They're working with 90-year-old frameworks, but that's fine. They're working with the 1946 Supreme Court case. That's fine. Do not ask them to change. Do not ask them to innovate. Do not ask them to even understand the technology. Do not disturb the status quo. That is the message that's coming out from Washington through the various speeches and reports that we're seeing. It is, do not ask us to change. In fact, what we want you innovators to do is adopt your innovation to meet our requirements. Now, that is something that's unprecedented in American innovation. Innovation is meant to solve commercial problems. It's meant to solve social problems. It's meant to serve needs of the populace. No longer, now it is innovate to meet our requirements, even though our requirements do not apply, are not crypto native, are not appropriate for this.
He sums it up perfectly, right? And the lack of movement, and obviously at the head of the spear, so to speak, is the SEC. It's Gensler, and they don't want to give up the stronghold they have. And a lot of it is corruption too. We've seen it with Jay Clayton and William Hinman. But the SEC, they don't really care about retail investors. They want to protect the banking cartel and the top tier of the financial guys who are making bank, and they get bailed out with our tax funds, right? It's pathetic. Gary Gensler should be ashamed of himself. And I'm glad guys like, Chris Giancarlo are speaking out on this and calling it for what it is. It is seriously pathetic what Gensler is doing. But I do believe, eventually Congress will step in and get this right. We see just a variety of different people stepping up and seeing, they're really getting it. And here's an example, Cynthia Lummis, who I'll be interviewing soon, she called out Hilary Clinton because Hilary Clinton came out and said, oh, Bitcoin and crypto is going to undermine the US dollar as the world reserve currency. No, not Bitcoin and crypto. The ridiculous money printing you've been doing, we're driving up the debt and we can't pay it back. And we owe that debt to China, right? We're borrowing from China. So they won't say that, of course, right? But they'll try to find scapegoats and martyrs and say, oh, yeah, see that crypto stuff, that's what's causing the problem. No, you morons with your quantitative easing and on ridiculous money printing, since you took it off of the gold standard, that's the problem. And once people, and I'm hoping with the internet, with information that's going out there, they understand why inflation is happening. Because many times you'll see, both Democratic or Republican presidents and whoever, right, officials, look, they're all on the same side. Yes, they have different point of views on politics, but literally they're the ruling class altogether, right? And they all take campaign donations from corporations. They will do the money printing, and you'll see a lot of political optics and horse and dog and pony show and so forth, right? And then inflation will keep coming. We've seen it historically, will keep coming, and they'll try to blame something else. See, oh, this one did it. Oh, that is the Democrats. He's the Republican. But the system we're in, they keep printing and printing and printing. And Hillary Clinton, she should just go back to under her rock. I don't know why she's coming out and saying this, but it does make me bullish because she's part of the incumbents that are getting disrupted. So Senator Cynthia Lummis said the following: great leaders do not fear the future. America could win the future by embracing Bitcoin as hard money that can be used to stabilize USD and undo the tailspin begun in 1971 when they took us off the gold standard. So they could use Bitcoin as the digital gold to replace what was or fix what was broken in 1971, guys. So I'm hoping that happens, and this will be good for the entire crypto market, right? This is just one aspect. Bitcoin is digital gold. And if you want further confirmation on this, check this out. Bitcoin is electronic gold, says Christopher W., Fed Reserve Board. This is coming from the Fed, guys. Let me play this for you.
So I wondered if you could just comment on, on that side of the crypto street, rather than just the payment side.
Yeah, so I've started to look, my best friend and co-author, he's been into this for a long time. I learned most of my stuff from him. He actually does daily DeFi trading and stablecoin arbitrage, or crypto coin arbitrage. So, if you think about Bitcoin to me is basically electronic gold. It's an asset people buy, they hope it goes up, but it can go down. No one's promising the rate of return. It's kind of it doesn't have any fundamental intrinsic value, but that's okay. We've known in economics since 1958 that useless objects can have value. I mean, this is not hard. As long as you believe somebody else will pay you down the road for this, you'll pay it now. Look at baseball cards, look at art, look at beanie babies. There's all kinds of things. That's all these crypto assets are really replicating to me at this point. So you can issue it all you want, and if nobody ever believes anybody else will ever take it, you'll have a price of zero, which most of the 6,000 crypto coins have a value of basically zero. Once in a while, these things will pop. And once they pop, if you think it's going to continue, then they can sustain themselves. So that's the thing, is the crypto, you can't stop it. Anybody can issue anything, but most of them have zero value. So they're not a threat to the system. Once they pick up, then they become like electronic gold. They're another asset you can choose to hold. You can choose gold or Bitcoin.
Guys, I know he did say some bearish thing about about the crypto market, right? Where he said, look, a lot of these coins don't have value. And look, that is true. I do think, the top 30 or so, or top 40 or top 50 at least, do have value. And look, it does fluctuate. Obviously, there's things like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, which I personally don't hold. But there are legit projects, right? It's just like the .com boom where you had Google's, Amazon's, eBay's, but then you had pets.com and a whole bunch of other crappy .coms. Same thing is playing out here. There's legit stuff. Bitcoin is certainly one, as gold, store of value. Now, I know some of you will say, dude, who cares about gold or store of value? Well, here's the thing. If you understand monetary policy and inflation, you would understand Bitcoin's use case and why that is still relevant, why companies are putting on their balance sheet, why hedge funds and billionaires are holding it, right? Because it is a good store of value, guys, just like gold was for our grandparents and great-grandparents. But now we're in the digital electronic age, and Bitcoin is true hard money. It's hard cap. We can verify it on the blockchain, of course. So bullish news. Let me jump to the next item here for you guys. New $76 billion asset manager to launch more crypto products. Of course they are. Guys, they know what's coming. They know the money they're going to make. And I keep telling you, put your business thinking cap on. Why are they putting these billions into crypto funds and investing in the assets and the crypto companies? Because they are expecting ROI. They want a return on their investment. They wouldn't be putting money in there to lose it. So this is WisdomTree, and they're also hiring for crypto roles, according to the article here. So it says the firm looks to offer a proof of concept for how DeFi can transform financial services. So we're seeing a lot of investment firms putting a significant amount of money, hundreds of millions and even billions, into DeFi tokens as well. Finally, crypto asset manager plans to raise hundreds of millions to actively invest in NFTs. So not only are they investing in the companies, the crypto assets, but also NFTs. Now you could consider NFTs part of crypto, and they are, but they're not like, normal tokens. Obviously, there's a lot of artwork and things like that. But these guys, they see potential and they're putting a lot of money. So this is Osprey Funds, a crypto investment firm that offers institutions exposure to several crypto assets, and they're going to make moves and buy more NFTs, or buy NFTs at least, to add that to their portfolio. Guys, what do you think about this JPMorgan news for XRP? Like I said, not something new for us XRP holders, but further confirmation. They're seeing the things we've been talking about for years and months and so forth. So be sure to hit the thumbs up button, share this video, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you all later.